I'm attorney Lewis Haskell, and in my earlier videos, I have been discussing how to help out businesses that are struggling through the COVID-19 pandemic, but who believe that they will come out of it okay and are looking to stay in business. Some of those methods, by the way, can be used by companies, by businesses, by corporations that aren't sure if they're surviving or not, but are looking to buy time until they figure it out. In this video, I'm going to talk about those businesses that have decided simply to close their doors. They're done. But unfortunately, they're leaving behind debt, either in the form of loans and credit cards and the like, or in the form of, for example, leases or other contracts that have to be performed in the future, so they may not be dead in the sense of they don't owe anything now, but they are debt in that they are an obligation to pay in the future, and the money's and the business is closing, so it's just debt. There are a couple of different ways to deal with that, and it really depends on what your individual situation is. If you have a lease, you have credit cards, you have bank loans, you have the government, you have a whole host of different creditors who you owe money to, the answer is probably just simply Chapter 7. This is how Congress intended that a failing business wind down its affairs. And it basically allows you to discharge all the debt, to allow the banks to take their collateral again in an orderly way. It does have some provisions for the IRS and whatnot, which may or may not be effective depending upon your circumstances. But at the end, it's over. You're allowed to keep some things, usually your home, usually your personal vehicle, always your retirement accounts, pretty much always your retirement accounts, but a lot of other things, in particular, if you have a lot of equipment and whatnot, that's not financed. But then again, you're going out of business anyway. In fact, I've had a number of clients come in. I'm a little bit surprised by what they're willing to walk away from. For example, they own restaurants and the restaurant's, fully equipped, fully furnished. They're like, look, I'm out of the restaurant business. My debt is way more than the equipment is worth. Believe me, I'm happy that you tell me I can just walk away. I've seen that with contractors as well and other businesses. So Chapter 7 can be a good way to go. If you're a corporation, an LLC, and you have not personally guaranteed the debt, there may be other ways outside of bankruptcy to wind down the business. It may, in some situations, behoove you just to, close the doors, lock up, and just be done. That is sometimes for a corporation the best way to go. It really depends, again, on the circumstances. Sometimes, though, you may be in a situation where really you're not carrying debt. It's just that lease. And you may have a landlord that's willing to work with you. You may have to pay them something, but the landlord either feels that they can relet the place, or, and this is one of the nice things about having a bankruptcy lawyer, as part, who is on your side, who's part of your team. Why am I going to go through the whole eviction process only to have it end in a bankruptcy? If instead I can just get the keys now, get whatever equipment is in there, whatever furnishings are in there, and which would otherwise go to the trustee, and be done with it, rather than going through a multi-month process. So this is another option that is available to some people. There are others who have different creditors or more creditors, but are still in the position of doing a workout as opposed to a Chapter 7. But the key is there are options. There are things to do even when it's all over. So I thank you for listening to or watching my series of videos. If you have any questions, any concerns, this is what I do for a living. I am available to help. Please call me at 978-459-8359. We can schedule a video conference. We can schedule a telephone conference. And when this lockdown ends, we can arrange to meet in person. Until then, please stay safe, stay strong. I look forward to serving you in the future. Thank you.